Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. Biology session, Animal Tissues. In the last class, with the help of some activities, we come to conclusion that there are 4 types of tissues present in the animals. What are they? The tissue which is covering or protecting tissue, inside or outside the animal body. What is the tissue? Epithelial tissue. Okay, a loosely spaced and embedded in intracellular matrix which makes connection between organs is called which tissue? Connective tissue. The tissue which is responsible for movements in our body is known as muscular tissue, isn't it? The specialized tissue that responds to internal external stimuli. What is the tissue? Nervous tissue. There are 4 major types of tissues present in animals body, which are located at different places and perform different functions. Okay, let us study further. Epithelial tissue, the first tissue, fundamental tissue. With the help of an activity, let us study. Take a permanent slide. Already we have started, first activity is completed in the last class. So the activity 2, take a permanent slide of cuboidal epithelium from your laboratory slide box and observe under microscope. Okay, draw the picture in your notes, how the cells are arranged. These are the cuboidal epithelial cells from the lining of kidney tubules. Okay, they form the lining of kidney tubules, and the ducts of salivary glands were providing the mechanical support. The cuboidal epithelial which is present in the salivary glands provide mechanical support. So this is the simple cuboidal epithelial tissue. Every epithelial tissue consists of basement membrane, okay, and it consists of abundant cytoplasm, less intercellular spaces, nucleus. Here the cells are supposed to be cuboid like, so hence this epithelium is called as cuboidal epithelium. Okay, in single layer, that's why simple cuboidal epithelium. So this is the image which is given in your textbook. See, single layer, similarly arranged. So it is a microscopic view, electron microscopic view. So here under microscope, the permanent slide which you observe shows this kind of structure, cuboidal epithelial. Each cell, if you take, then the shape cuboid like. Okay, the cuboidal epithelium is composed of cube like cells. It is commonly found in ducts of gland, salivary glands, and tubular parts of even nephrons in kidneys. Okay, here we mentioned, please note down, cuboidal epithelium cells from the lining, they form the lining of kidney tubules. Kidney tubules are called nephrons. Okay, nephrons in kidneys, and its main functions are secretion and absorption. Even we can find the cuboidal epithelium in the cells of microvilli. Okay, microvilli means the structures which are present in the intestine which helps in the absorption, So these microvilli increase the absorptive surface area. Okay, villi. So in the small intestine, the finger-like projections will be there like this. So these finger-like projections internally lined by cuboidal epithelium, which helps in the absorption of digestive food materials. Okay, children. So cuboidal epithelium, where we find the cuboidal epithelium? It is present in the ducts of glands, example salivary glands, the tubular parts of nephron in the kidneys, and also microvilli of the small intestine also contain this cuboidal epithelium. What is the main function of this cuboidal epithelium? Secretion and absorption. Salivary glands secrete saliva. Okay, secretion and absorption. Let us proceed. Another activity, activity 3. So this activity 3, take a permanent slide of columnar epithelium. Now another type of epithelium. Take a permanent slide of columnar epithelium from the slide box and observe under microscope. Draw the figure that you observed under microscope. How are the cells arranged here? Previously cells are cuboidal shape. Okay, cuboid shape. Do you find any hair-like projections here? Yeah. On the outer surface of the epithelial cells. So these type of cells are present where absorption and secretion. Absorption and secretion, same like cuboidal epithelium. Okay. So this the columnar epithelium made up of tall and slender cells like this. Tall and slender cells. Okay. Made up of tall and slender cells with their nuclei at base. Here see, nuclei at base. This is the tall and tender cells. They are arranged like this. The nucleus at base like this. Okay. Nucleus at base. In intestine, this layer has microvilli and is called brush border epithelium. Where it is present, for example, I am giving you example here. The columnar epithelium is present in the intestine, that is microvilli, small intestine. It is called brush border columnar epithelium. Brush bordered columnar epithelium, and it lines the even stomach, intestine, gallbladder and bile duct, some important parts of digestive system, internally lined by columnar epithelium. When the columnar or even the cuboidal epithelium bears cilia, then it is called as ciliated columnar epithelium. Like the cilia are present sometimes. Okay, if the cilia are also present, then it is called as ciliated columnar epithelium. Okay, it helps in the movement of mucus. For example, in the respiratory tract, it helps in the movement of mucus, and urine. Even in the reproductive system, eggs and cerebrospinal fluid in the particular direction in the spinal cord also sometimes. Okay, so such a columnar epithelium with cilia is called as ciliated columnar epithelium. Okay, children. So you need to observe keenly and draw the image so that you can understand properly. Okay. So here hair-like projections, outer surface of the epithelial cells. You can see in the image how the cells in the columnar epithelium, they are tall and slender. okay, with the nucleus at the base of the cell. Such type of arrangement is there in the epithelial tissue. It is called as columnar epithelium. Okay, where do you find columnar epithelium? You can find columnar epithelium in the lining of the stomach, intestine, gallbladder, bile duct, even in the respiratory tract, okay, urinary tract, reproductive tract, it is present. Okay, next kind of epithelial cells. So let us now, do you know the skin is also a kind of epithelium? Skin is also a kind of epithelium. Where does the nails and hair grow from? The scales of fishes, reptiles, and feathers of birds are also grow from epithelium. So these are modified epithelial cells. Skin, you observe, it is a stratified epithelium, means so far we have studied the epithelium which is in single layered, or it is also called as a compound epithelium, the epithelium which is in multi layered. Okay, it is of two types, transitional epithelium and stratified epithelium. So here skin, if you see, it is made up of dead cells, uppermost layer, then flattened dying cells beneath it, then differentiating cells, then dividing cells, basement membrane. So all these together, different layers of the cells, they are epithelial cells, epithelial tissue present in the skin. It is called as stratified epithelium. Why it is called stratified epithelium? It consists of many layers of cells that vary in nature. It may be keratinized. Keratinized means having dead cells, and in the skin epidermis. So this is the outer epidermis layer which is keratinized, made of protein keratin. Okay, and second layer, that is non-keratinized. Non-keratinized stratified epithelium is present in digestive tract, that is pharynx, and reproductive tract in females, vagina, and in the eye also, the conjunctiva layer of the eye is also consisting of this stratified epithelium. Okay, it consisting of many layers, 3 to 4 layers are present. Okay, it is protective in function. Next, so this also you observe the skin structure under the microscope. Permanent slide is there, then you will understand better. So many glands are present in the skin, and hair like structures will be projected out. Sweat pores are present, sweat glands are present, then nerves and blood vessels are present, okay, in the dermis layer, internal layer. Okay, right, let us proceed. Next tissue, connective tissue. Okay, before going to connective tissue, the compound epithelium, another epithelium, that is called transitional epithelium. It consisting of 3 to 4 layers of less flattened surface cells with remarkable flexibility. It is found in the urinary bladder, ureters, and urethra. Okay, means the excretory system, and is adapted for distension of these organs. Transitional epithelium, you know, urinary bladder is an elastic in nature. After filling with urine, okay, it's a sac like or bag like structure. So you can the urine can be stored in the urinary bladder for some time because of this epithelium, transitional epithelium. Then some specialized junctions are present in the epithelial tissues, which provide both structural and functional links between the individual cells. These are called the tight junctions, adhering junctions. Adhering means which helps in the cement neighboring cells, means attaching the neighboring cells. There are 3 types of junctions are present. Tight junctions, they prevent the leakage. Adhering junctions, they cement the neighboring cells. And gap junctions. Gap junctions will facilitate the communication between the cells. This is the speciality of epithelial tissue. The epithelial tissue is the fundamental tissue in the animals. Let us proceed to connective tissue. Now the connective tissue, the internal organs located at specific places, because there is no displacement in the organs due to connective tissue, means the connective tissue link and support other tissues and organs of the body. The basic components of connective tissue are the matrix connective tissue cells and fibers. It is somewhat fibrous tissue. The different types of connective tissues are present in the body. They connect the organs and muscles. So these tissues are called the connective tissues. The connective tissue helps in binding the other tissues and organs together and provide a framework and support to various organs in the body. Okay, they provide framework and support to various organs in the body. Okay, that is the main function. And one more thing, this connective tissue is the most abundant tissue in the body. Fundamental tissue is epithelial tissue, but most abundant tissue is connective tissue. Okay, so this connective tissue is of different types of connective tissues. They are loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, skeleton tissue and vascular tissue. Broadly divided into 4 types: loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, skeletal tissue. Skeletal tissue means cartilage and bones, and vascular tissue means blood and lymph. So here dense connective tissue, muscle tissue is given. Okay, areolar tissue, loose connective tissue, adipose tissue, loose connective tissue, and the dense connective tissue, bone, cartilage. Okay, and fluid connective tissue, that is blood. Okay, these are the different types of connective tissue. Let us know. So these connective tissues are play a major role in the transport of materials from one tissue to another. They also help in the body defense, body repair and storage of fat. There are different types of connective tissues, each performing a different function. So areolar tissue is one of the type of connective tissue, loose connective tissue, which joins different tissues. Fat storing adipose tissue, it is also a loose connective tissue found below the skin and between the internal organs. The cells of the adipose tissue is filled with fat globules, and it also acts as insulator, means which prevent the heat loss from the body. Areolar tissue, you can see the areolar tissue, it is a loose connective tissue. Loose connective tissue is consisting of areolar tissue and adipose tissue, these two. Okay, the areolar tissue is present under the skin as a subcutaneous tissue, means just below the skin it is present, and in between and around muscles, nerves and blood vessels, and between the lobes and lobules of compound glands also this areolar tissue is present. Okay, it is made up of different types of cells like mast cells. Okay, fibroblast cells are the special cells present in the areolar tissue, and even they contain phagocytes, white fibers, yellow fibers, 2 collagen fibers are present. It's a fibrous tissue. Okay, and the main function of this areolar tissue is it binds parts together and also provides strength and elasticity. As it is a fibrous tissue, it is elastic in nature. It provides strength, elasticity and support to different parts of the body, internal organs, support to different internal organs. Or we can say the heart is held in position, the lungs is held in position in the body because of this areolar tissue. It provides strength, elasticity and support. Next, adipose tissue. The adipose tissue, it is located mainly beneath the skin. It is a specialized to store the fats. Okay, the special cells are present in this. They are called adipocytes. They are called adipocytes or fat cells. Okay, and it store the fats, and adipose tissue is a poor conductor of heat. That's why it acts as a insulator, and it reduces the heat loss through the skin. There are two types of adipose tissues are present actually. One is white or yellow kind of fat which is present, and brown kind of fat. Okay, the brown fat it is present in infants, means 1 year below age of the children, infants, small babies. Okay, they contain brown fat which plays a major role in non-shivering thermogenesis. Okay, because they are just born babies. Okay, this brown fat will help them, okay, to prevent the heat loss from the body. If heat is lost from the body, it will lead to death. Okay, we are warm blooded, isn't it? Okay, next this is about the first two types of connective tissue. Loose connective tissue is of two types, areolar tissue and adipose tissue. Next, the dense connective tissue. Are all the tissues in our body smooth and soft? No. Which tissue gives the definite shape to the body of the vertebrates? The shape and support is given by skeleton system. The skeleton system is composed of bones and muscles. So the bone is another type of connective tissue. It forms the framework that supports the body. So it is the major component of the skeleton system of several vertebrates, except some fishes. The fishes like cartilaginous fishes or sharks, their skeleton is made up of cartilage. It is also a connective tissue, but in most of the vertebrates the skeleton system is composed of a bone, a dense and a tough connective tissue. So this is the bone. The bone, there are different types of bones. There are 206 bones are present in the human adult. Okay, internally the bone is like this. This is the bone marrow, red color, which is present in the middle of the bone. So internal structure, if you take the cells which are with which the bones are made up of, they are called osteocytes. Osteocyte, and it also contain special canals. This is the difference between a cartilage and a bone. Haversian canals are present in the bones. Okay, and these osteocytes secrete the calcium and phosphorus with which strong bones are formed. Okay, canaliculi lacunae is present. Okay, so this is about the bone. Next, somewhat soft dense connective tissue. So that is cartilage. The cartilage is a soft skeleton tissue. It consisting of cartilage cells. It is a type of connective tissue found in the joints of bones, tip of ribs, tip of nose, and the external ear pinna. Okay, our external ear is also composed of this cartilage only, and the trachea. Trachea means it is the windpipe. Okay, it is also composed of C-shaped cartilaginous rings are present in the trachea, which prevent the trachea from being collapsed. Okay, the embryo of several vertebrates do not have the bone, but they have cartilage. The entire skeleton of fishes like sharks is made up of cartilage. Cartilage is hard, but not as hard as bone. Okay, it is somewhat soft. See, articular cartilage is present between the joints which are present. Okay, they are called the cartilage. Okay, where the two bones unite, there the cartilage is present. The cartilage is made up of special type of cells. They are called chondrocytes. Okay, these are the lacunae which are present, the spaces. They contain nucleus. These chondrocytes will help in the formation of cartilage. Okay, so this cartilage is a soft skeleton tissue consisting of cartilage cells. They are called chondroblasts or chondrocytes. Okay, two types of cells are present, chondroblasts and chondrocytes. The matrix, and this is the matrix. Okay, then hyaline cartilage is one of the most prevalent cartilage. It forms the articular surface at the joint of long bones, rings of trachea and bronchi. Okay, respiratory, and the sternal parts of ribs, and hyoid apparatus in the frog. You can see the nasal septum and also part of larynx consisting of a hyaline cartilage. It is the most prevalent cartilage. Okay, this cartilage consisting of white fibrous cartilage. The strongest cartilage, we can say, it occurs in the intervertebral discs. Vertebral column is there, no, between the two vertebrae, intervertebral discs, and in the pubic symphysis. The yellow elastic fibro cartilage is found in the pinna, external ear, and external auditory canal of the ear, and eustachian tubes. It is also present in the ear only, and the epiglottis and tip of the nose. Okay, it consists of a cartilage. Okay, next, ligaments and tendons. These two are also the connective tissue. How two bones are connected at joints? Okay, a ligament is another connective tissue that connects the two bones at the joints and holds them in position. It is made up of a large number of fibers. These fibers are made up of a protein called collagen. This is very elastic in nature. So you can see here the joint capsule made up of this ligaments only. Ligaments will bind bone to bone. You have to remember this. Bone is attached to bone with the help of ligaments. See here, ligaments these are. Okay. So these ligaments, they are very important. All the joints, they are containing ligament. Okay, so these ligaments attach one bone to another. Okay, they are made up of a yellow elastic connective tissue and has the strength and elasticity. Okay, next, tendons. A tendon, you know that the body movements is because of muscles with the help of bones, or muscles are attached to the bones. How muscles are attached to bones? It is the tendon is a connective tissue which is also made up of fibers. It helps in connecting bones with muscles. A tendon joins the muscles to the bones. It is also made up of collagen fibers, like this. You can see this is a skeleton muscle. Skeleton muscles means the major muscles in the body. So hands and legs, limbs. So it is the tendon binds the muscle to the bone. So this is the bone connected to muscle with the help of tendon. This is the bone, this is the muscle, and this is the tendon. Okay, here bone, this is the ligament which binds bone to bone. Ligaments and tendons, these two are connective tissue. Ligament attaches or binds one bone to another bone, whereas tendon binds muscles to the bones. Okay, a tendon which connects skeletal muscles to bones. It is a modification of white fibrous tissue. It is a tough and inelastic. It is not elastic in nature. The yellow elastic connective tissues has strengthened, and the elasticity thus allows the stretching of various organs. Okay, because already muscles are somewhat elastic in nature. They works on contraction relaxation mechanism. Okay, so these are connective tissues only. Bone, tendon, muscles, these are all connective tissues. Okay, but bone is one connective tissue, and muscle is another connective tissue. These two are connected by another connective tissue, that is tendon. See the beauty here. Okay, okay, we can learn more in the next class. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.